So, let's get this started. I got a few movies here I watched. Um, Sorry, I'm just kind of disorganized at the moment. Um, oh, one more movie. I need to grab it. All right. So I watched a show, a few movies. So let's talk about it. First thing I watched here is celebrating Mickey Mouse. This is a Blu-ray release that Disney, of course, put out because they own Mickey Mouse. But I think this was last year or the year before that. It was whenever his 90th anniversary was, and so they put this out. You know, my problem with a lot of Disney shorts is honestly a lot of these should be available in volume sets out there or whatever. I know they did like those 10 things, but then they just went out of print and they never came back. And those were expensive to begin with. And now that they're no longer available, they're out of print, they're super expensive. And some of those sets had like cartoons on there that they would never put on Disney Plus. You know, there's one where Goofy tries to get over like his smoking addiction and things like that. And it's kind of a shame, but this was out there. And I think I bought this at Goodwill for like a couple bucks. And like a Blu-ray release of Mickey Mouse shorts is kind of crazy, right? Because some of these cartoons on here are like really old. These are 1920s, stuff like that. We got Steamboat Willie, Band Concert, Through the Mirror, Mickey's Rival, Boat Builders, Mickey's Tailor, Brave Little Tailor, Tugboat Mickey, the Little Whirlland, Mickey's Birthday Party, Pluto's Party, Simple Things, and Get a Horse. Get a Horse has already been available. If you have the Walt Disney Animation Shorts collection, that's available on that. So that one's already been available in HD. In fact, that actually came out with Frozen. So if you have the Frozen Blu-ray, it's actually available on that too. Of course, they re-released that Blu-ray. So I don't know about the subsequent re-releases, but this runs about $17 if you were to buy it new. This is Here's the thing. These cartoons look fantastic in Blu-ray quality. They're beautiful, especially the ones in color. The beautiful color is very vibrant, very beautiful. I just think personally I like having them because I'm a Disney fan and I like classic animation and things like that. I've never been a big fan of like Mickey Mouse as a character. Okay, well I am, but like more so their new shorts and things. I think a lot of their older stuff is not that great because it's just like they're not really funny. Like the old Looney Tunes shorts, not like all of them, but majority of them are really funny even today. A lot of Mickey Mouse stuff is very dated and not very funny, and a lot of it comes to how much you enjoy those characters. But I feel like we all enjoy those characters more of just like mascots for Disney instead of like them actually being legitimately great characters. And also nostalgia. If you grew up watching classic Mickey Mouse stuff, you probably love it. But, like, we don't see Mickey Mouse in a lot of movies and TV shows for a reason. We see him on, like, plushies, bags. You go to Disneyland, he's everywhere, of course. But you know what I mean? You see him everywhere, but you don't see him everywhere in terms of movies and TV shows and things like that. And I think that's kind of where my issues with Mickey Mouse kind of come from. I meant to watch this yesterday, but I did not. I watched Kung Fu Panda 2 a few days ago. I watched Kung Fu Panda. I like Kung Fu Panda. It's been a while since I saw Kung Fu Panda, so it was nice revisiting. It's been even longer since I've seen Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda 2 is better than the first movie. I think it's direction-wise, action-wise, humor-wise, the story, the stakes, motion-wise, all that stuff. I think my main issue with the movie is just how it starts, right? It tells you the backstory of Po, of the villain, and everything at the beginning of the movie. So you spend the whole movie with characters trying to figure out what the twist is. but you know the twist because you watched the first 5 minutes of the movie, right? That is just bad writing, and I hate that aspect. I hate when movies do this. I hate when TV shows do it. Stranger Things, season 3 is really guilty of this. The first scene, you see the evil Russians, and then it's like, well, great, now I know the twist of that season, and you're watching characters trying to figure out what that twist is. Well, guess what? You know. So it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? But still, this movie's still fantastic either way. It's still fun and enjoyable, but just that little bit of it just needs to be cut out. Like, if someone made a fan of this movie and cut that first flashback scene at the very beginning of the movie out of the movie, it would have been so much better. And then I watched Inuyasha for the first time. This set, so they started putting the show out on Blu-ray. That's why I never bought it. A lot of anime has been like on DVD for a while, but I know they're starting to put some of these things out on Blu-ray, and this is one of them. I was like, that's the reason I bought Dragon Ball either. But this is set 1, so I'm assuming this is season 1. This is about 27 episodes. That's typical for like the first season of a show, right? At least in America anyway. So, you know, I'm assuming this is season 1. It's just called set 1. So I watched the first disc, which is the first 7 episodes. It's kind of a romance anime with like action and humor to it, and that's fun. I enjoy that aspect of it. I think it's a really fun show, but like kind of generic and kind of weird. Like for me, like it's kind of tropey, and that's kind of why people like it, but I don't like that too much. Like I don't hate it. I definitely like have fun watching it, but like, you know, it's the girl hates the guy, and then they like grow to like each other over time, and they're just kind of going back and forth. They bicker, they argue. It's like I see this in like a million animes and different movies and TV shows, even in American movies. So it's kind of like, yeah, I still enjoy it though. I watched Snow Day. So, you know, I've been buying Nickelodeon movies on DVD that have not been available on Blu-ray yet. We got Harriet the Spy, Good Burger, Rugrats Trilogy. And I felt like I should have this one, even though I don't like this movie and probably will never watch it again. I decided just to watch it once because I'd never seen this movie. What's funny is when I read this on Amazon, it says schools shut. I thought it says schools slut. And I was like, this is rated PG? And I was like, wait. Oh. But this movie's not good. Chevy Chase is in this movie. He's in so many bad movies. I love Chevy Chase from vacation movies. But he's bad in this movie. All the acting here is bad. There's one girl here. There's like this girl in this movie, and she doesn't like wear a bra throughout the entire movie. Like, she wears a shirt. Like, you can't see her thingies. But like, in the movie, you can tell that in this PG kids movie, like, she probably should be wearing one. The humor here isn't very good. It's just kind of a boring Snow Day movie. And there's like this one kid who like obsesses over this girl he like barely knows, and it gets to like some creepy levels, and it's played off as charming, and yeah, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. Not good. Do not watch it. Especially nowadays. I know a lot of people get pissed off by this movie, and for good reason, because it's really bad. Really, really, really bad. Last film I talked about, I have a couple John Carpenter movies here. I haven't watched this one. It's called Starman. This is a Shout Factory release. But, you know, Best Buy had like a ton of copies of Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. And I had that movie on Blu-ray already, but this is a Shout Factory edition, which means it has like way more bonus features. You know, because Shout Factory, right? They pay money to get more bonus features and stuff. And yeah, it was fantastic release of Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. I had the normal release before, and the reason I had that was just because this had not been announced yet, and I didn't know it was coming, and so it was on sale for $5, and I wasn't gonna pay $5 just to rebuy the same movie I already owned, but I felt like it was worth it because look at the art on this. This art on this cover is incredible. My Blu-ray edition just had the movie. It had bonus features, I believe, but like this is a whole disc full of bonus features. It's got an audio commentary, actually a few audio commentaries. It's got some deleted scenes. There's an audio commentary with director John Carpenter here and Kurt Russell and stuff. Fantastic stuff, right? So it's like, yes, I should have this movie in this edition. And so I went out, I bought it. I absolutely love this movie. I rewatched it, absolutely loved it even more than I did the first time. John Carpenter is one of the best directors out there. I think he's up there with Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, at least in Steven Spielberg's kind of glory days. But, I think he's up there. And this is why. The movies like this is why. And he's pushed so many different genres. He's done so many different movies. I'm interested to see the Starman movie. I've never seen it. But this is another one of his films, also by Shout Factory, that I also picked up. So I'm going to check all those out. But yeah, I kind of checked out a lot of different movies. So